You hear me? One of them, please confirm in chat books. Chat book. All of you hear me? One of them put the message for the your confirmations in chat box. Please. Okay, fine. Fine. I get confirmation. Okay, fine. Ready. Yes. First of all, I start my introductions myself. I done the diploma electrical engineering in bachelor, also in bachelor's. I pursuing masters, almost completed. One thesis are in the pending, automatic control and robotics. I also done in the specializations in machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learnings, and also major projects, more than 10 plus project I done in the government with DST, Department Science and Technology in government of the India. And then one of the major project one called the E-ASA, in formally known in the Gujarat, it's called E-ASA, ASA workers, ASA worker Beno, in the formally name in the Gujarat. For what name in the other state, I don't know, but I done that project in the DST government of the India, central government. So we start our today's presentation in artificial intelligence. Now we done the one short introduction in artificial intelligence. After that, we directly move on the one practical example. The practical example is the breast tumor classification. How can we classify the cancer tumors, and how can we emerge that the variance value of the tumors, possibility of the tumors? That's fine. First of the artificial intelligence is not a new terms, is the already in the 19th century term. In 1950, the technique which we the use, we also use the artificial intelligence in the 12th and 10th standard students called us the, we can call the Gujarati in the Sapek Surek Samikarana is also in the artificial intelligence. In the artificial intelligence called as the regressions methods. Now that's fine. Now, already in the 1950s, they want to be redefined in the 1990. A techniques give to computationals for the which expandedly outcome without the explicitly program. The now in the past they only few programming language between the use, but that language is not a higher language, higher programming language to use the computational the all these things. But nowadays all modern high programming language will be introduced like a Python, MATLAB, R. Most for the R language is the use for the statistical analysis. Python for the also use the artificial intelligence and the web developing. Both are the live practical example adopting for the Python within the use. And then another is a MATLAB. A MATLAB is the everything, but one major problem with the MATLAB is the all these things are defined in the mathematical terms in the major problem of the MATLAB. Then fine. In 1971, term will be introduced is called the machine learning. Called the machine learning is not a new term, it's also part of the artificial intelligence. And then 2000 and 2010 also we can new term in induced in the deep learning. Machine learning, deep learning, not a difference between, but deep learning is the learning between the layer. In the machine learning, we can one layers, and deep learning, we can learn the layer to layer. Is the major difference between the machine learning and deep learning. That's all about artificial intelligence. That is a difference between the machine learning and deep learning. That's one, two, and three layers in machine learning. But deep learning one, two, three, four, so maybe in the classification with the back propagations, otherwise the Hellman's theorems. every weekend can to use. The traditionally we can use the types of the machine learning. There is the three types of the machine learning. First is the supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced learning. So what the difference between these three types? First types is the supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced. In the supervised learning, we have to label data and output. That's called the supervisor. We have to label data with the label and output with the label. And unsupervised learning, some data with the otherwise the output with the label, otherwise input with the label is called the unsupervised. And reinforced learning is the data have a no label and output have a no label. It will the learn from their mistake. Just example, we gave to one data and they define this two classification of the data. Otherwise, we can another set of the data, we another three classification. We after that all of the five classification we merge five classification and get the almost three classification for the learning. We can call the learn from the mistakes. Here the just example of the learning, supervised learning. We give the input data as a apple, but we learn to the model. This is a apple. So another data we can he classify this is the apple or this is the banana. Fine. This is called the supervised learning. And unsupervised learning, input data we get given to the program, otherwise algorithm, but he not to define the what this is the item. He also define the data of the classifications. Here we you can see the he not define that this is the star data and this is the round data with the green label or blue label, box data with the blue label, but he classified the data. The otherwise here in supervised learning, you can say this is the classified the all apples and bananas with the label. This is an apple or this is a banana. Here the reinforced learning. In the reinforced learning, what will the happens? In the reinforced learning, that is the data, but environment between the agent, between agent what are the learn to the algorithm, and algorithm define the output classifications. That's called all about the reinforced learning. That's the bigger difference between the reinforced learning. Here the summary of the supervisor label data, direct feedback, predict the outcome and future. So one of the supervised learning is used for the nowadays biggest trend. I also published the one research paper on the stock market predictions, otherwise commodity market predictions, rainfall prediction, weather predictions. I also done in the programming using by the MATLAB. I will if you have to time I will the show. Second term is the unsupervised. Then no label, no feedback. Find the hidden structure. This is called the unsupervised. And reinforced learning. One of the major application of the reinforced learning in the nowadays is the self-driving car and Google Alexa. Deep learning also be and the explain in the next two sessions if one the possible of the time. We classification one of the machine learning application we use in the machine learning. Machine learning have the four part: regression, classification, clustering, and association. Here we send the classification. There is the classification have to the two data and have to classify by the algorithm. Here the regression have the types of the regression: linear, logistic, polynomial, regard, and so stepwise regression. There are no difference between the algorithm, but there the difference between the data structure. If your data structure are being the change, there the or regression method would be the change. Here the one example of the classification. Here that classification structure we have to apply in the email classification. You have also used your Google or Gmail, Yahoo, whatever you want to use. there is the one classification like a social promotion or a main inbox. This technique will be in the use. And the risk management, that the risk management also be used in the sometime in the Facebook and Instagram. There is the some account was being the highlight for the risk management. That's called the risk. That not called the risk in the Instagram and Facebook. It's called the suggestions. But also you can divert into risk if you data will be the modify with the risk. There's also person who was being the highlights with the other account and other possibility to block and report this account. This is a suggestion to your account. This is the risk account. Here we can use the like suggestion. We can modify the data and use the risk account with the clustering. In clustering, most of the data have been the yes we have to, but we don't know how data we can the classify. If you can open the newspaper and newspaper have to 12 to 18 page, but you don't how can I read the 12 to 18 page, but you can cluster the this page number fourth. I am the stock market person. Page number fourth or six I have to use, and I am the local person. I want to read local news. I want to directly last page. That's called the clustering. After that, association. Association is not but the big term, but association like the you can nowadays you can use the like line following pattern vehicle technology in the classic association what mean the use the in line following you vehicle technology is the association with the one to other barcode terminology with the barcode if sent the one by a vehicle and after that you can define the classification by the association by the second vehicle. One the example of the linear regression I am going to done by the hand. You can try this, but enough time we can't do this. And you have to question you can ask me. Oh, okay, fine. We can the question with the last end of the movement. Now we go to the live example. Okay, fine. There is the MATLAB and use the MATLAB. I wrote this code for the tumor classification and after that run we get the like app window we demand the GUI matlab graphic user interface. I want to load MRI image. This is the breast. This is the best cancer MRI image. Is the after that segmentation. It may take some time because of the less of the processor time. Okay. There is the here you can segment the image. You can find the here that part or that. This is the part of the rest between the effector of the cancer and here type of the tumor it will the classify with the Mill Gates or all the information regarding the tumor are divided in the features like that. RMS value, what mean the RMS value of the tumor, IDM contracts, energy, homeogenic, or what mean the accuracy we want to the find to like MRI to tumor. It will also be in the calculated. Yes, we can also calculate the RF, RBF accuracy, linear accuracy, and polygonal accuracy, quadratic accuracy in terms of the percentage. And this is the applications of the brain tumors. I also in the published one papers, research papers on the breast cancer and classification. One another example I will with the so on. One the example of the stock market predictions. Here we can the one of yeah, some of the method we used for the parasitic method, physical model, statistical, artificial intelligence method, hybrid method we can use and the classify like that. Also, we from the design, there is the one the this skyline was the real data, and this the black line was the predicted data. We can use the like that predicts the if you this is the stock market. If you want this the rainfall prediction also be used using the artificial intelligence. Here the skyline was the real value, and the this red line was the predicted data. Also we use. Yes, so all I won the published a research paper, one of the co-author with the Kisan Good, one of the my most favorite friends list to also be used. If you have any questions, doubt, we can. Okay, all of you ask a question in the chat box. Okay, one of the question from the chat box called the which books or website do you use for the okay, fine. Question is the what books or website you want to use. So one of the books called a modern approach. Artificial is the modern approach. Russell's के बुक के में भी गूगल पे अवेलेबल है. वो इतनी इतनी ज़्यादा बुक है, वो अवेलेबल है, वो अच्छी बुक है. अदरवाइज आप यूज करना चाहते हैं फजी लॉजिक और न्यूरल नेटवर्क के लिए स्पिंगर पब्लिकेशन की दीपानंदन की बुक है, वो भी अच्छी है. अदर और दूसरा लेक्चर सीरीज में जाना चाहते हो तो एनपीटीएल पे स्मार्ट सिस्टम्स करके सॉरी इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम करके लेक्चर सीरीज है. और दूसरी कोर्सेरा पे मशीन लर्निंग स्टैनफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी की भी अच्छी लिंक है. दूसरा कोई क्वेश्चन? which another sorry which another softwares you want to use for the simulant like ओके. अनदर सॉफ्टवेयर में एक तो आर लैंग्वेज है, वो आप यूज कर सकते हो, पाइथन यूज कर सकते हो. डेट्स ये दोनों मुझे पता है, उस दोनों में मैंने काम किया है. दूसरा कोई सर व्हाट इज द योर एजुकेशन? ओके, एजुकेशन मैंने इंट्रोडक्शन में पता लिया. आई एम डिप्लोमा इन इलेक्ट्रिक इंजीनियरिंग, बैचलर ऑल्सो बैचलर इन इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग, मास्टर्स इन ऑटोमेटिक कंट्रोल एंड रोबोटिक्स. मेरा जो स्पेशलाइजेशन है वो आर्टिफिशियल एंड मशीन लर्निंग में है. I am the student of the mechanical engineering. How can I implement artificial intelligence in mechanical? Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, okay. Okay, now I am got it. Yes, you can the implement. Yeah, you can the implement. Sorry, what I question I not get it. Please write your question in proper manner. Now I'm good. Okay, okay, okay. You are the mechanical student. You can the implement artificial intelligence in like air to fuel ratio मैनेजमेंट जो आपके मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में यूज होते हैं इंजन के लिए उसमें यूज कर सकते हो फिर जो हमारा न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई है वो कार्बोरेटेड मैग्नेटिक उसमें यूज करते हो प्रेडिक्टेड कि जो मीटर टेक्नोलॉजी है कि नाउ डे हमारा क्रूज कंट्रोल है तो वो कैसे काम करेगा ठीक है तो उसमें आप इंजन की एफिशिएंसी वो सब मैनेज करके इकोनॉमिकल इंजन को रमा कर सकते हो ठीक है आई एम द सिविल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट हाउ कैन आई ओके सिविल के लिए भी बहुत सारे एप्लीकेशन है जैसे कि है कि जो आप सिविल में वाटर रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट है वो उसमें कर सकते हो कि जो डैम वगैरह है उसका कैसे फ्लो मैनेजमेंट किया जाए रेनफॉल कैसे किया जाए फिर कंस्ट्रक्शन में देखो तो कंस्ट्रक्शन मैनेजमेंट आप कर सकते हो कि कैसे हम मैनेजमेंट करना है तो वो प्रेडिक्टेड हो सकता है कि उसमें हम प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं कि इतना कंस्ट्रक्शन हुआ तो हम कैसे उसको डिफाइन करें वो सब कर सकते हो आप आपको थोड़े बहुत पेपर्स सर्च करने पड़ेंगे कहाँ तक काम हुआ है रिसर्च पेपर में उसके आप काम कर सकते हो ओके now we end the session if you have any questions you can mail me otherwise I am the available in the LinkedIn my id is Mayank Velani 98 also Mayank Velani 98 are used in the Gmail Yahoo Outlook okay fine thank you I hope you enjoyed these sessions. Thank you.